Can you believe it? We're in round 3. It's time to play more of the game. Oh, I'm in blue today. Matches my blue eyes. It's time to play more of the game. Are we ready? Have we figured this out, or has it been real confusing? That's why I'm trying to do the board game. To clarify things, on John Eldridge's property, I think it was Betty Eldridge, he had 2 wives, sold the property. It was like 2 acres. And to clarify a couple of other things is, when I had all that, insurance money in, it's like, what do I do with it? I made several offers to make a deal to buy the land back in my parcel of land so I can finish building my houses. We had very big controversies about the easement to the water tower. To make it clear, I already had plans on the books through the planning board that I could build my house, access my barn, and use the easement to the water tower to enter the property through the backside. So they landlocked me, in other words. So in other words, don't think I'm not reasonable in thinking there was an offer out there, but in a very short time, they had no interest. It was determined through research I found. Their interest was either non-existent or none at all. They were lying. And of course, you try to tell lawyers you're lying. They don't like that. And of course, you hire a lawyer and tell another lawyer you're lying. They are going to bring the other lawyer to court. You'll see. Watch what happens to me. Ah, snake eyes! Oh no! We got probate court. Let's see what we got here. Oh no! Oliver Hallett's land. It seems like the Maria Hallett and the land is a fake land grab. Okay. Somewhere in this book, in the shoebox deed or fireproof safe, I have Oliver Hallett's deed. Okay, now, if you've ever done a deed or anything, these are pretty tricky, There are a lot of old writing. The script in some deeds were very, 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 beautiful, but a lot of them were difficult to read and to understand why I'm finding all the land around me. The land across the street, the land next door to me, John Eldridge's property, and the water tower road. The descriptions in those deeds tell you what your property's all about. So it's like searching through the 4 corners of the property. And the top part is Peter Thatcher's. So we've done that, and enlightening, the information doesn't match a lot of the records other than my piece. So back to the game, and I'll give you more information on what we keep finding. All right, roll the dice. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8. So what do we got here? A good lawyer will not handle a case that's dirty. Okay, we got many terminologies that were built into a case, and the lawyer talk is what they call dirty hands, unclean act. A lot of things that I found as I was pursuing this. A lot of stuff in a land court case, and in any case, when you handle it yourself, you're allowed to, because supposedly the Constitution and the laws are written so you're supposed to handle it yourself. But I'm finding they keep twisting. The thing is, they want you to hire attorneys, and attorneys will not turn another attorney in If they did, our system would be much cleaner, not even in Massachusetts, throughout the country. Or these attorneys wouldn't be doing the practices they're doing because they can get away with it. You'll see what I'm talking about. So this is the thing is, the information that if you've been following it, you're finding I've done all the research. The Hallett family's done all the research. I've talked to many people that have had the same occurrences that I have, but I've done this twice. So you're going to understand why I'm showing the people this is how corrupt society can be with something that I find should have been clear-cut, done 20 years ago. I'm fine. Ooh, game on. A 10. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah. Where do you? What if that still exists? On Cape Cod. I think that went out of business, didn't it? Another 10. Whoa. Go to jail? Huh. That's an odd one. Gotta roll the dice here. Chance here. Let's see what it says here. Uh-oh. Get out of free jail card. Lawyers. Only secret club. Interesting. Now, through my education of our political systems, we're supposed to have debates in Congress and debates on the floor, and supposed to have our society work in governments where people talk and they decide what's the best for their community and actions and things. But you're going to find that all changed over time. I was very surprised to find how politicalized things have become just because there's no checks and balances anymore. If somebody were to check your work, you'd find out you wouldn't be doing it as like you're doing it, because if somebody came in and says, no, that's not so, or I have a different opinion of that, you might do things differently. For example, if a land surveyor surveyed the property and committed that these are the boundary markers, and you had another land surveyor from someplace in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts come out and check their work without them knowing, randomly, they would do work a lot differently than they do it now, because you're going to find they'd identify the road that was going through John Eldridge's property, and they would say, that's part of the town of Yarmouth. What are you doing? And you need it transparent so the lawyers or the land surveyors don't know who's doing it. The land surveyor would just come out, survey the property, paper would be submitted, so the land surveyor would feel obligated to close their name and things, because I'm finding that a land surveyor doesn't do what the lawyer wants them to do, they don't get work. It's like you're an engineer and land surveyor, you're not going to get work. Does that make sense to you guys? All right. Where are we going now? 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we're back at Jack's, I think, isn't it? Oh, no. Colonial House Inn? Or Colonial House Inn. Guess I needed a rest. Oh. Probate court. What do we got this time? Ah, here we go. Pay $125,000 in taxes. Land taking. Now, I explained to you the people claim that they own the land. They said, this is our property. We're going to take the property. I've probably paid over $100,000 in land taxes with me and my mother, and it's how do they call it? Tolled through the lines, how they call it. So in other words, as taxpayers, we paid a considerable amount of money since it was $1.40 for the first taking in 1892. So people think, oh wow, you got a bargain. Well, the bargain is I get to pay all the taxes. I don't get to claim a mortgage on my property anymore because they stopped that. I can't build on the property because they stopped that. I can only look at it and say, yeah, it's supposed to be mine, but they don't pay the taxes. I do. Does that sound fair? Does that sound like an equal, justified system? Now, granted, if you're fighting the property, why don't they go and pay the taxes? It's a tax taking. And we're rolling. He gets out of jail. He goes to 5. He gets a good night's stay. I guess the lawyer gets put up for the night. Uh-oh. This could be a domino effect. Oh, gotta take the glasses off. Double chin here. People keep telling me I look like my grandfather. Alright, so back to the land part of this thing is now I'm going to show you some clips on some parcels of land, and I'm going to show you some outtakes of what the land says around it. And these are deeds that are filed at the Registry of Deeds. They are of record, so you decide. Take a little piece of paper and pencil and write it down. Now, I'm hoping that you share, like, and send this to people. This is pretty much going to end the segment, and now it's going to be for the next segment. It's going to be a short little clips of documents, things that you're going to write down, and you're going to do your own little determination. You're my jury, so I want the people, as they always say, a jury of your peers. You got to remember, all the people on this case that are after my land are lawyers or title examiners, land grabbers. They're not like you and me, ordinary people. So they have a set agenda for taking a land. And if they're doing it illegally, how do I get a fair trial if they don't accept evidence? So you're my jury. You decide. Let me know.